Yo, can you hear me okay? I don't know what program you're watching me on, but there's a chat on my side. How are you watching me? Which platform? That's pretty cool. So can you hear me okay? Does it sound like my microphone's on? Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, because I have a direct line. So I'm glad that you can hear me just fine now. Um, anything that catches your attention that I need to fix? All right, good. Yeah, I just figured out how to do the two cameras. Is the picture quality okay though? All right, cool. It sounds like everything's good. I'm gonna go get started then. So what I'm thinking about doing is just like as I'm painting, just explaining everything. And this is gonna be kind of tough because I'm listening to music at the same time that I'm talking. So hopefully I'm not gonna be talking too loud. But yesterday I started getting into these outlines, and this is usually one of the last things I do. but you have to go based on what's dry. And if you want to paint, sometimes the canvas kind of dictates what you're able to do that night. So I started doing this yellow line last night. I don't know if you could tell or not. And no pressure. I know that you probably won't stay very long. But I appreciate you checking in. I had no idea how to do the 2 cameras until like 10 minutes ago. I was kind of panicking because I bought a second camera, webcam, and it arrived like an hour ago. It arrived like 2 hours ago. It was supposed to arrive from 3:15 to 6:15. It arrived at like 7 o'clock. So I finally scrambled in here and I tried to set everything up. And I was only getting 1 camera. And I was like, damn, man. And then, so of course I had to YouTube it. And I was like this one little like box in the top right hand corner. But I was able to see it. I was able to fix it. So now I have 2 different cameras. So now I have to get in the habit of looking at the camera when I'm talking. And I actually just made a last minute change too, because initially I had this light on. This is the light that I typically have on. This is the light that I've used to paint forever, but it's like really bright. You can see all these different shadows, and I just felt like it was just like making me disappear. So down in our office, this is the light that we have down there. But I'm no longer working out of the office, and I completely forgot that that light was there, but I was like, man, I wonder if we have a light that I could use. So literally like 5 minutes ago, I brought this light up from downstairs, plugged it in. I had an extension cord in my dresser over here in my toolbox. And then I plugged it in. I had to play with the angles of the light and everything. Ashley wasn't too happy about it. She saw me bringing this light out, and she goes, what do you do with my light? I'm like, your light? Man, this is down the office. No one's even down there. She's like, I paid $100 for that light. She goes, don't get any paint on it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll try. And I was like, well, where'd you get it from? And what it was basically saying is, there's definitely going to get paint on it. I'm definitely going to get paint on it. And I will preemptively buy you a new one. So now that one's up here. And it's like, it's just better light. It's softer. And it's angled higher up, so it's not directly on my face. And so when I hooked up the second webcam, I mean, everything is just, it's not too professional the way that some of this stuff is hooked up. The one webcam right behind me is on the ring light. And then my second webcam, the one that I just installed, is on the mic boom, the mic extension, like the arm. And it's just held up with duct tape. So it's only a matter of time before I just disappear off the screen. But hopefully the duct tape holds. So I'm a little nervous because I'm not used to talking. and painting at the same time. So I'm used to being like completely locked in. There was one question that I had, whenever I'm finished painting for the day, um, I'll have all day to look at it and like trying to figure out what do I have to do next time I'm in here. And so I was a little curious at how some of these petals were laying down to see how I should shade them. But everything's looking good. So I don't know how much I'm gonna get done tonight. It's pretty early. It's only 9 to 7. So what I'm probably gonna be able to do is finish these yellow outlines, which is one of my favorite parts of these paintings, are these last steps, because everything starts to pop. It's one of the most gratifying moments when I'm painting. You work so hard to get to this point, all this time just like trusting your vision, and you hope that it works, or you not hope, you believe that it'll work. But then this is the part where it's like little effort, little movements, but everything starts to come together. And this is like when it really becomes beautiful to me. And so when I first started painting this, there were some gaps between these petals. And this was like a big moment in my style earlier on, when I decided just to go over these lines, these intersections. Not really supposed to. That's not like a realistic style, but it's kind of like when you're using pencils when you're a kid and you paint or you color over those lines and shade softly in between. That's kind of like paying respect to that, kind of reliving that childhood, so to speak. But it also covers up where the paint intersects and doesn't quite meet, so it just cleans it up. And it reminds me of my stained glass style. And I think that's probably where I started to get that idea. And I forget exactly which painting where I just committed to doing this. And it was, at the time, it was a very bold decision to do something like this, because it's kind of like rudimentary when you think about it. But I've always loved it. And I think the Regal of Rock was one of the first times I actually did it. And doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it's a really bold decision. And I've really incorporated that in almost every single painting since. It's one of my signature styles now. And so one reason why I like to do it is because it allows me to add a lot more colors. And I like contrast, but I also like variation. And I took a lot, like every single time I paint, I learned something. And when I painted this sunflower, I did this. I actually used this exact color. I mean, it's the color that I made, but I needed general requirements for it. And I use this at the very top of each petal. So if you look on Instagram, for example, you see the sunflower. You'll see these similarities. And I love that. I love the way that turned out. But this is just one of the colors. So this light yellow is really going to be the top. And I'm going to come back with like a purple or like a purplish black for the bottom. And so you may not be able to tell. You kind of can tell here I have like the subtle yellow coming down. And so that's what I'm going to do over here. And then I just have to make sure that, so I need to do one more line over here. So if you are watching this on Twitch, do me a favor if you can, and just chat. Just send me a message in the chat, and just let me know if you can hear me okay, or if you can see me okay, because this is my first stream ever, and I want to make sure that everything's going well. And in a second, I will tell everyone what this painting is all about. All right, very cool. Thank you. Where are you watching from? So are you watching me on on Twitch and YouTube? Dude, that's crazy because when I saw that, I was like, I know that name from somewhere. And it wasn't until I knew it was you that I was like, I thought that was his like instant messenger handle or something from like years ago. Is the picture better in Twitch compared to YouTube? Dang, man. I wonder why that is. Is it like noticeably bad? Are you like suffering through it, or is it just like a little glitchy? Okay. But for like 10 seconds, it's good? That's not too bad then. If I have like 10 seconds and then it glitches for a second, I don't feel like that's too terrible. And it's good that it's just the visual and not the audio, because then everyone can still follow me, or follow me along for the most part. And that means that there is a decent connection if the audio is working. So um yeah, I mean, I can. All right, yeah, let's try that. All right, I'm gonna switch it. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it to just one right now. All right, so let's try this now. So still one camera with the microphone. See if this is still glitching. All right, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Do you think, from a visual perspective, do you think the two cameras better, or does it just like eat up too much screen? Whoa, what the hell just happened? That's not what I wanted to do at all. Damn it. I don't know what just happened. Damn it. There we go. What the? So the one on the left is better? Or no, this one. Is this the one that you think is better? Or are you talking about like just making this one bigger? Oh yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Um, there we go. Yeah, they don't do like one over top. See, I wish I could like reverse them. Like this. Gotcha. Um, Or I could just do that. I just be like more mindful and like put it over here. That probably works too, huh? And then, yeah, no, I got you. What was that? Speedtest.net. I could do that right now. Oh, that's probably, yeah, I think you nailed it, dude. Yeah, I think I just need better internet. That's really good information to have. So mine was 587. You said it should be close to 1,000. Yeah, my download speed was 587, and then my upload was 10.76. So sounds like it just needs to be a little faster. That's good information to have. Okay. Yeah, and that's the one that really matters because I'm basically uploading this. So, all right, so now I'm going to start moving into something a little bit different. Oh, looks like I already have this. So sometimes it's all about just being resourceful. I already found this purple. And ordinarily, I wouldn't start. I kind of screwed up in the sense that I don't want to start in the most obvious place because this is where everyone's eye is going to go first. So typically, if I'm a little unsure about something, I'll go off to the side. So we're gonna have to make sure this works. But this way, it just adds some more drama, adds some more contrast. Which is always fun. And now I'm just using a little bit of a wider brush here. So again, I'm kind of upset that I started here because I wish I would have done it a little bit differently. That's all good. But this is important to be dark here because it creates that contrast that I want. And it ties in the darkness from the back. So I know you have, you probably have to go soon, which is fine. I appreciate you checking in. This is big help. Well, thanks for checking in. Yes, ma'am. I'm probably gonna make a post soon, but I just wanted to make sure everything was like in working order. Yes, ma'am. So now I'm just making this a little darker, so that middle part's just not all by itself. I know you have to go. Is it possible for you to see how many people are like logged into this from your perspective? Well, my battery's about to die. So that didn't last very long. All right, man. Thanks again for all your help. I'm going to shut it down. All right, man. If you're still here, thanks for watching. I just kind of like dozed off trying to finalize some things, but pretty much got to where I wanted to get to. Thanks again for all your support, man.